In 1983, Richard Stallman is fed up with his proprietary operating system. He decides to create his own. Calling the project GNU, he begins an open source software designed to replace Unix. The GNU project's goal is to create a completely free operating system. Anyone is allowed to view the source code and contribute to the project. The tools used to create GNU spread throughout the open source community. In 1991, a Finnish student named Linus Torvald builds the Linux kernel using GNU tools. The Linux kernel will power popular Linux distributions such as the user-friendly Ubuntu, the stable Debian, and the corporate standard Red Hat. Both the GNU and Linux projects make their source code available to everyone. Anyone can contribute, no matter their experience level. This new philosophy for dealing with software development will spur creativity in the open source community. Now, software development is no longer an expensive and cumbersome process. Volunteers from all over the world will code your program for fun and for the challenge. In 1999, Eric S. Raymond publishes The Cathedral and the Bazaar, a treatise on proprietary versus open source development. In this book, Raymond will coin the phrase, "With enough eyeballs, all bugs are shallow," showcasing the power of releasing source code. In The Cathedral and the Bazaar, proprietary software is the cathedral example with a top-down hierarchy. Raymond views this as disadvantageous because too much power is placed in the hands of too few. Meanwhile, open source is the bazaar. There exists no hierarchy, so no single developer is more important than another. Without a hierarchy, software development does not need to be led by any single group. Thus, the software can react more quickly to changing user needs and changing market environments. Open source will show its strength once internet use becomes widespread. The internet allows developers to connect, to work on their projects together. It also presents an environment where user demands are constantly changing. The most visible open source project today is Firefox, an alternative web browser. Designed to be fast and resource efficient, it is meant as a replacement for Internet Explorer. Since its release in November 2004, it has been downloaded over 400 million times. The highly anticipated Firefox 3 will launch this year in June. Websites such as Dig and Reddit are great examples of open source philosophy extended to other technology sectors. On these sites, anyone is allowed to submit user-generated content. These sites draw millions of hits and thousands of dollars in ad revenue because of the user-generated content